The S&P 500 and the stock market continue to impress. We had some choppy action. If you don't know, today is a bank holiday, but you're getting a government shutdown. So again, what do? Well, again, the bank holiday, it's not really closing the market. However, you're seeing a little bit of slower volume and choppier action, and we saw some downside until we had some of the breaking news. Because again, the government shutdown appears to be completely done. Again, you saw Donald Trump came out today, claimed, look, it's all done. We have officially the votes there. There was a little bit of hiccups overnight. That's why you saw a little bit of downside, but this is where we are right now. Now, it is important to expect some of the flight delays and those things to persist for a little bit, but overall, you're going to see the SNAP benefits, the immediate health care, the things that need to go out right now will be done, etc. That's going to be good. Now, it's also worth mentioning that I don't think this is a big win for Democrats because, again, as far as what's happening with the subsidies for the Obamacare and things along those lines, those things aren't getting pushed through. Some of that is, but some of it is not. So it's important to understand that I think this is a loss. This is an L for Dems if you're looking at what's happening. I'm not playing the political game, just telling you the facts. But again, tomorrow is when we'll actually get the vote. If you don't know, it'll be probably tomorrow morning, maybe even like late or early in the morning. So be on the lookout for that. So what we're going to be looking at there. But immediately once this came out, I mean, SPY started finding a lot of love, getting a lot of buyers, just shooting straight up. So that is where we're at right now. So we have a lot to unpack. And it's also worth mentioning when you look at where we are, again, you have to be targeting all-time highs once again on the stock market because, again, we'll go more into futures, but as you can see here on ES, you go to the daily chart, you take a little bit of a zoom out, you are pushing right back up. You have bounced off of all of our levels that we've talked about. What do we say? In order to get bearish, you have to break below the 50-day moving average and hold. You did not hold. Buyers held you up. The NASDAQ, the same exact thing. So far, what we are saying, I'll say NASDAQ looks a little bit more sus, dare I say. We'll go more into that in a second, but this is what you want to see. This is a setup, a pullback, great buying opportunities. And again, the market looks hot. We have a lot to unpack. Now, before we go too far, I do want to say right now, if you want to see what we're trading, how we're trading every single day, the Discord link is down below. You get access, obviously, here in Tyler Zone where we go over futures, bright and early in the morning, what to look for, why you should be looking at it. I told you last night that Dow was the most impressive, and honestly, you can see how that's working out. You also go into technicals for all of our scalps and day trades. We really didn't do a lot here. I did not trade much at all today. I did start a new swing position. I'm not going to show that here just yet. I'll talk about that later here in the video as well, because I do think there's a monster opportunity in the market right now, and we'll talk a lot about that. But again, you get to see all the profits, everything that we're doing. So this link down below, do what you gotta do. Now, going into the market, what should you be looking at? We're going to first start with SPY and QQQ, and a lot of you guys like that, so we'll go cover that first. Now, again, you're seeing exactly what you want to see. You're seeing buyers off that 50-day moving average once again from that dip, and again, you basically just gapped up from it, and really good so far. Now, going into something like the 2 hour and the 1 hour, you get more of a viewpoint. You are in a hiccup area for SPY and QQQ. This is going to be a little bit of a tougher area to get through. But again, you're still looking, as long as you're back up over that gap started back here, I think you're in a very good position. As you can see, you're breaking back above that. You rejected here, saw a pretty nasty rejection, so worth mentioning. Now, as we go into QQQ, again, you get a little bit of a detail that's happening here as well. You're not performing as good. Now, we did get that nice touch yesterday into that 624 level, but what I want to see is reclaim this level and push back up as well. So you're definitely seeing NASDAQ, tech, and semis are lagging behind, which I still think could be a monster opportunity overall. So if you can break above this, you're looking for a clean upside. And it's worth mentioning, once you get above 624, in my personal opinion, you get to a illiquid area. Now, again, you have a little bit of liquidity here, but once you get there, you have this giant gap back into 631. And what do we always say? If you move down quick, you can move up just as quick. It goes for the same to the downside and to the upside. So worth mentioning, worth watching, and where we're at right now. Now, I do think NASDAQ is what you really need to be watching for QQQ. Again, when you zoom out, you can see right here around 25.87 has been a brick wall, and that's kind of where this all began as well. So once we broke below this, things got pretty ugly pretty quick. Once you broke this literally on day one, you can see you broke, you retested, and you shot straight down to the major level of 25.4, which we've been talking about so much. So again, it's very crucial that, again, we see this break mount of this area to push back into highs. And honestly, if we do that, I'm looking for all-time highs pretty quick, pretty aggressively. I'll tell you right now, I'll be a pretty big fan. I'll be a believer. But you can still see, as of right now, you're kind of still putting in these lower highs here on NASDAQ, QQQ. So again, you can see how that's developing. So we need to see a break amount and then push. I do think if we break above basically 25.75, you should get that push easily into that area to get that reaction. I don't want to make any assumptions, but again, what you're looking for, why you're looking at it. Now, again, it's important to also realize that, again, Dow is what's really carrying the logs, carrying the boats. It's the David Goggins of today. day. So again, you're seeing that push already on Dow. It's leading the pack. You're clearly pushing back. You go to DIA, you're back into all-time highs already. So again, if you're wondering where the most buying is happening today, it's Dow, it's the boomer names, it's the old guns, the old guys. You're like, look, Warren Buffett, he's retiring. It's time for us. It's time for us, the 70-year-olds, the 80-year-olds, to step up to the plate and to carry this market like we did way back when. That's what you like to see there. So again, you're seeing essentially everything that you want right now, and the weaker part of the market, which was Dow over the past few days, is now the strongest part. And again, that is why ES and SPY is carrying up as well, even though you're not seeing the semiconductors and the tech do a lot of that heavy lifting, which we'll go into that here as well. But I will say, I'm going to tell you right now what my hot trade is, what I really like right now, one of the bigger opportunities before I go into really anything else. It's Walmart. I'm a big fan of where Walmart is. You know, I was looking at Walmart for potential downside if the SNAP benefits got, you know, to the, you know, nipped, right? We were looking at the downside there on Walmart. However, the tide has turned. You see that we've held this $100 level for literally, this is critical. So it was a resistance. Now it turned into a support, a support, a support, a support. You're bouncing off it, getting above the 50-day moving average. Walmart, where you get the confirmation, I'll tell you right now, is above 105.4, basically your previous all-time high back here. So above that, you get your confirmation, and I do believe you're going to be running into all-time highs. This is going to be one of my top trades. I'll tell you right now. Again, it's not an exciting trade. It's not like, oh, am I going to get rich off this? Probably not. But again, it's an absolute juicer. That's why we like it, and that's why hey, I'm not going to give you all the details, but we like it. We like it a lot. Okay, again, so what we're looking at right now. I also want to tell you right now, guys, if you want to see more information, I always talk about, obviously, like Discord, and if you want to get access to seeing what we're doing all day, talk to us, ask us questions, you know, we do workshops, things like that. Obviously, you have to be in Discord. And that's going to cost money. You know, the link for that down below, like I said. But if you want to get just access to more of our content, because again, I'm posting all day, every day, walking through the market, what we're looking for, why we're looking for it. Twitter's a great source for that. And I try to answer all the DMs I ever get. So if you ever have questions, make sure you put, if it's something stupid, I'm probably not going to respond. Like, hey, should I go long? Like, no, I'm not going to respond to that. It's crazy. But also on TikTok, I'm live all the time. I'm posting videos. So again, that's just a way that I can have a, you know, better relationship with you, the viewer, and also know like what you guys like, what you don't like, if you have questions, etc. If I'm lacking on something, so make sure you check those out. The link should be down below as well. So again, what we're looking at now, I think what we really need to focus on is where we're moving and where, you know, the biggest names, best names are moving right now. And again, I will say semiconductors have been the big flexor. They've been the big mover. Now, again, semis aren't seeing the buying that you necessarily want to see just yet. But if we look at the chart, I'm telling you, this has to get you excited. This has to get your loins absolutely chapped because they're rubbing against each other. You got to put a little bit of lubrication down there so that you're not getting that chafing, right? But the loins are absolutely going. The loins are red hot right now. And this is what you like to see. So again, what are you seeing right now? Now, again, it's that previous high that we had. It's a clear cut level we've talked so much about, right? The retest, you gap down, abandon baby, pushing back up. This is beautiful. This is what you want to see. So now we're flipping back up. Now we want to see, as long as you stay above 350, 348 on SMH, I think you're looking for upside. You're looking for buying. This is like you clearly trap shorts down below. That is what you want to see. Now, again, what you're not seeing either, and one of the big signs right now is actually NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, again, right now, you want to see the reclaim here on NVIDIA to start going and hammering those longs. I do believe Jordan already started entering some longs, but again, NVIDIA getting back above 195.5, in my opinion, is going to be key. Once you do that, I think you're going to start churning and burning right back towards $200 once again, what we're looking for. Might I say, we also had that trade literally yesterday as well. Chef's kiss. Guess who called it out? What can I say? But again, what you're looking at right now. So above this, you like it long. But again, I would be a little bit cautious because again, you still have this gap fill all the way down to basically 188. You never filled it. Even with the sell side that we had today early on, sellers just wouldn't get aggressive. Sellers just wouldn't step in. Sellers just weren't putting, like, they just weren't pressing you down. And again, it is a bank holiday, like I said, so I expected to see a lot of like indecision, but it was still weird that NVIDIA wasn't finding that selling. Worth mentioning. Another big semi out there right now is AMD. You're below 240, which is really interesting. Again, the big buy area, like I've said plenty of times, is down at 227, 228. You get back above 240. I like it a lot, but really what you want to see is the amount right here as well, above 243. Above that, I think you're pushing back into 247. And it's, you know, you got to understand you have a gap all the way back at 255. So definitely a hot trade there. AMD's been a big player, and again, their earnings are getting everyone excited about what's happening with the market, where we're going, and how we're moving. So definitely going to be looking at that as well. So again, I think AMD is going to be a big player. One of the top semis out there right now for myself as well. TSM is another big player. Back above 295, 296, I think it's a long back towards highs. You still look good bouncing off the 50-day moving average, being patient here, being conservative, not looking to get crazy. Now, one of the more undervalued names out there right now, too, is going to be Microsoft. Let's go really quick into XLK so you can see the tech ETF. Again, very easy chart to really identify and look at what's happening here. You can see your previous high right there. That is what you want to hold, and that's where you're at right now. So again, XLK and semiconductors, which is, tech, the tech ETF and the semiconductor ETF, you can see they're both kind of doing the same thing, retesting, looking pretty decent. And what do we always say? The break, the retest, the continuation is the absolute way. It's the juicer, right? And that is what we like to see. So ideally, we find buyers off this area where we're at and we start pushing back up. Again, not looking to start full sending. And where we start to look to full send is when you start getting back above that key level like we mentioned on NASDAQ. So again, what is the overall viewpoint on tech, semis, NASDAQ? You're lagging clear as day. You're making lower highs. You're getting ready to break out. And I definitely think as I'm pushing this video out, it's, you're going to be able to watch and like, you're not going to get this as delayed, right? You're not going to be like, okay, well, this already happened. I'm going to miss out. You know exactly what to look for. So again, this is going to be the big spot that we're going to be watching. And again, you're going to be seeing that breakout, continuation, et cetera. So what we're looking for. And this also is happening at the perfect time as we're going, into the last, typically the last big push before the end of the year is basically mid-November, end of November into basically mid-December, right before the Christmas holiday break. That's typically when you get that last big push, and that's what we like to see. So again, what I'm looking at, why I'm watching it, etc., and what I'm going to be doing there. Another big name out there right now is going to be Amazon. I've been wanting to go long on Amazon. It was weird when you broke back. I want to give a little recap here. So you broke back below your previous all-time high back here at 242, but you worked back down to that little swing high, bounced back up. So you mark out your levels. People are like, hey, the levels are crazy. The levels don't work. Look, I'm telling you, your wife might lie to you. Your best friend might lie to you. Your daughter, your kids, your brother, your sister. They all might lie to you. But you know who doesn't lie to you? The levels. Chef's kiss, God's plan. We love him. We love him for it, baby. The levels don't lie. As we look at what's happening here on Amazon, as you get back above 250.4, that is where you're looking to go long. Again, what do we want to see? The trademark, boys. It's the trademark. It's like the Kobe fadeaway, the shimmy, the fadeaway, right? We love it, even though he stole it from MJ. But hey, we'll take it, right? That is what you want to see. The trademark move, break, retest, continuation back to the upside, back towards 254, ultimately back in all-time highs. I think Amazon's still in a really good position. Back above 250.4 is where you start to go. That is what you want to see. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't be like, well, Tyler, you're looking to go long here. No. I'm looking to go long on the break, the retest of the key level. Once again, it's the same shit, same story, different day. Every single day, literally the same shit every single day. Again, what we're looking at right there. Now, one of the biggest questions that I'm seeing right now is Bitcoin. And again, Bitcoin's the same thing, right? Now, again, people are like, well, Tyler, don't you think Bitcoin follows the stock market? I do. I do not think the stock market follows Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin follows the stock market. But sometimes you see separation where Bitcoin won't even track up with the stock market like you're seeing right now. And I'm not going to lie, I don't love it. I don't like it. I don't love it. And I really don't want any more of it. Okay. So again, what do you want to see? There's a few things that we need to be able to acknowledge. Number one, Bitcoin is going down while the NASDAQ and everything else is bouncing on the day so far. Not a good look. You're about to get a death cross. Not a good look. You're also below the 108,000, 109,000 previous all-time highs here, right? You can see the flip, the support. I mean, it's clear as day. It's a massive level, right? Not a good look. Okay, so there's a lot of bad things going on here. So again, if you're going into crypto, if you like it, I still like crypto, don't get me wrong, but I'm not looking to take on risk with crypto right now. There's a massive difference. So if I want to get any exposure to crypto, I'm buying stock. That's why I keep making videos on BMNR. What am I looking at there? I still think it has a lot of upside in my personal opinion. I like Ethereum as well, getting back above the 200 daily moving average. If you can hold the 200 daily moving average, you are a big fan. And in my opinion, it looks pretty good. So what you really want to see here too on Ethereum is you go to the daily. And again, I'm going somewhere with this because I'll have another BMNR video sometime this week. But again, back above 4,100 is where you chef's kiss, go long, half court jumper. But it's not even risky. It's not even risky at the half court jumper. It's not like Paul George shooting, when he has like 16 seconds on the clock. This is Steph Curry, right? In Steph, we trust, dare I say. So back above 4,100, that is what you're looking for, the break, the retest, continuation back towards all-time highs, what you want to see there. I also say you are seeing some of these cryptos go berserk. It's like alt season, but like not alt season. So like, remember we had Zcash going crazy, like literally like what was happening until they found out the founder was trans. I'm being dead serious. This is the dangers of crypto is you boom. And then everyone's like, oh wait, the owner who founded this is trans, and then like, okay, dump it, and then you dump. Like that's actually like legitimately what happened. So worth mentioning. You also have like ICP going crazy. So you are seeing some of these names heat up, but again, we want to see Bitcoin, the ringleader, the crazy one, right? Get back above 108,000 to get crazy. But ultimately, again, I still like BMNR as long as you hold this level. Next level to buy is around $30 and the 200 daily moving average, what I'm watching for there. Now, another big conversation right now, I'm kind of going long here, 15 minutes already, is the IWM, the Russell, trying to get back out of this. Now, this could be good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna tickle your pickle. Right? I'm being dead serious with you. Okay. If you get back above 245, you look good, right? You look at trapping some shorts down here, getting back up. Good sign of buyers. Major risk on signal combined with the Nasdaq, how we're moving there. Things are looking good, right? So that's what we want to see, back above 245. You get some confidence. You start looking back some of those mid caps. You start seeing those heat up as well. I still like those mid caps I've mentioned. I think Oscar is still solid. Someone commented on a video like, you were wrong about Oscar. I'm like, I literally said I don't want to buy Oscar until you're down here at $13.5 to like $14. Ask Discord, haven't even bought it yet. Boom, bam, roasted, right? HIMS still dipping, but again, you're still sitting at like kind of that buy zone we had here. If you lose this, you start breaking 40 and hold, looking for 35, 36. But again, where you really want to start looking is to get back with the 200 SMA. If you mount the 200 SMA, I am going to be looking at options. I'll tell you right now, that is what I want to see. I already have some shares, but that's where I'm at right now. I haven't gotten any options on anything cheap. I'm telling you, just being straight up right now, okay? The only name that might warrant options is, oh man, she's beautiful. Put her on a cracker, put a little sauce on it. Call that dinner. That's SoFi for you, baby. SoFi is an absolute juicer. This thing doesn't even blink, right? It's like that clip of Matt Barnes when he flicks the ball at Kobe and Kobe just stares at him like, it's me. It's me. I am him. That's SoFi. Absolute juicer. Still looking for 35 into 40 as well. Love to see it. I don't think you're going to get a buying opportunity, to be totally honest, but still love it. Looks really good. You're also going to be seeing, in my opinion, it's funny because like I don't like to talk. It's hard to, on the channel because I don't like to talk too much about the longer term stuff. Like I'll mention longer term trades and stuff, but it's just hard because if I say something and they get taken out of context, like, well, you said this was going to happen. I'm like, no, I didn't say that. Right. So you go rewatch the video, listen to me real slow. I know I'm speaking a foreign language, which is English to you, but that's crazy that whatever. Okay. In my opinion, you're not even seeing the benefit from yields dropping yet. Cause there's a lot of speculation that in December, we're not going to get a rate cut. And even if I actually kind of hope we don't get a rate cut in December. I'm going to be totally honest with you. This is totally off subject because you'll probably get a dip, and it's worth mentioning. That time between December 15th to the end of the year is always imbalance because it's weird because again, people are on holiday, they're on break, and the market doesn't really get back to normal until the week after January, right? It's January 8th, 10th, etc. Right? That's whenever the holidays are over. It's first full week back of trading, etc. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care if Jerome Powell comes out and he's the biggest bear of all time. Don't care. I would encourage it, to be honest, because at the end of January, the term I believe is up. Okay. It's gazpacho. It's done. Cold. Bam. Finished. Bring in the next guy. And we know Donald Trump is not going to bring someone in who is not going to listen to him. He is not going to do it. He's like, look, I think I made this mistake a while back. We're not going to do it again. We're going to have someone that listens to the old senpai. Okay. That's what we want to see. So again, I'm pretty excited about that, but what I'll be looking for, that's going to be later in December. That's down the line. So again, yields, I'm not even super concerned with. And I would prefer them to go up, to be honest. Right now, I totally would, because I think it's going to set up for a really nice opportunity once we start getting those rate cuts next year, which are going to be great. So again, what I'm looking at, what I'm looking for, Discord link down below, all the links down below. Do what you got to do, Twitter. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one, traders.